Hello my lovely, so I'm Lizzie from Love from Lizzie, and today bringing you the December 2025, very last of the year card kit called Winter Retreat. Now this card kit I'm very excited to share. It's really lovely and warm, but I'm going to give you a few little updates first. We will be cutting off add-on shipping on the 24th, which is Monday of next week at 9 AM Mountain Time. We're cutting it off early because we want to make sure that we have absolutely everything together and ready to get these out of the door as soon as possible, because we all know how the Christmas postal service can sometimes slow things. So just to make sure that everybody gets their kits in good time. It's not seasonal necessary, you know, it's not something that's, if it does get held up a little bit, it's going to be a problem, but we just want to make sure that everyone gets their kits in a timely fashion. So if you want to add to your box, please do so before the 24th and we will get those out to you and on their way. If of course you pop an order in after the 24th, it will roll into your next box unless you specifically want it shipped. But anyhow, we're all up to date with emails and shipping, so everything's as it should be. We are very excited this weekend about our Wicked Witches retreat. That's going to be wonderful. In fact, I'm going to share with you a couple of the cards that I'm teaching. So this weekend I'm teaching 12 cards, and I can't remember which it is I've already shown you, but this is one of them, which teaches a die cutting technique to make a shaker. Here we have a fun fold with a piece of ephemera. Here we have a lovely little spinner card. And all of these cards are, and we have a flying floating witch. All of these cards are fully prepped, so you're just going to be playing along, assembling and learning the techniques. But anyhow, that's 4 out of my 12. So not so much of a sneak peek as a foreshadowing for what's going to come. But I'm really excited. There's also 8 cards. You get 2 from each of our additional designers. So we're going to have a really good time. I'm really looking forward to it. If you haven't got your kit yet, not to worry, because we're leaving the video live, or if someone pops around for a cup of tea in the middle of class, it doesn't matter, because you can pause me and you can restart me, you can rewind me. You can, you know, it's one of the joys of this platform. But anyway, you're here for the winter retreat, so let me share this with you. So there are 2. You've got your embellishment bag, which is full of all your goodies, and then you've got the A4 bag. So I'm going to do as I always, start with the cardstock so that you get an idea of the colour palette. And it is so lovely and rustic. So we've got this really lovely, like warm grey. It's almost like a hippo grey colour. We have white alcohol marker friendly cardstock, a really lovely deep grey, and then we have a vanilla. It's like an off-white, but it's not creamy, so it's still quite nice and cool. And then we have this gorgeous forest green. So these are your 5 sheets. They are American letter, so if you cut them in half, either lengthways or widthways, you will make A2 size card bases. Also this month, so it's not just 10 cards you can make, it is in fact 12. You'll get 2 5x7 craft card bases plus envelopes. So you have those. We also have 2 pieces of specialty. Now these are half sheets, so these are 8.5 by 5.5, and you have white glitter and craft. Now craft does what it says on the tin, but the white glitter, I'm going to pull you in on the close-up here. This is I'm calling it a glitter cardstock, but it's like our moonstone because there is absolutely nothing that can come off. It is like a film that is sparkly. And as I say, camera does not do it justice, but it is gorgeous. Our peel-offs this month are the brand new silver matte mini hearts, which are adorable. Very understated, very subtle, very, very pretty, and work beautifully with this palette. We have also got the wood grain stencil. So this over your craft with a dark brown ink is going to look absolutely magic, and I'm going to be demonstrating that in one of the videos coming up very soon. Let's have a look at the patterned papers. So 12 sheets of single-sided, so you haven't got to choose, and we have got all different kinds of wood grain. This has got ferns, stones. Here we've got sort of spa items that you would expect to find when you're being all nicely pampered. This is almost like a marble of wood grain. Really, really pretty repeating pattern. Here we have a snowy cabin in the woods. And we have some Christmas trees, also known as fern trees, but I really enjoy these lovely. And then we have a different pattern of spa items here. So you've got flowers, there's little pots, the scents, all the sort of items that you would expect to see when you're feeling super nice and calm. Here there's this really lovely repeating geometric pattern, another wood grain on a smaller scale, a buck in sort of a watercolour wilderness hillside, and then the stones and ferns again. And then obviously the front cover with pieces that you can remove if you wanted to stretch that paper a little bit further. Next we have the stamp set. Now this is a bit of an encouragement stamp set because there are so many of the happy birthdays and everything's lovely. And sometimes you just need to be able to offer some encouragement. So I thought I would, with these lovely calm images and the wood grain, incorporate some of that. So it's okay to not be okay. You've totally got this. Smile, breathe, and go slowly. Stop doubting yourself. Just breathe. You are stronger than you think. Hard times do not last forever. And remember that you are amazing, which is my personal favourite. And then interspersed, you've got these sort of lots of little breaks, or here there's different sized stars, different sized twinkles, little different sized circles and different sized hearts. And then you've got 3 border breaks there, and then 1 sort of scripty scroll. So it's a really nice sentiment stamp to have on hand. It's one that hopefully you don't have to use often, but that it's good that it's there when you do. So we have our Winter Retreat stamp, and we have our Winter Retreat ephemera. So let's try to run you through this as quickly as we can whilst making sure you see it all. So we have some of the icons, as I say, that you would expect to see in the spa, the hot stones, and then we just have some really lovely wilderness scenes as well, which would be great for masculine cards because these are the sort of colourways that really lend themselves to being non-gendered. A little pile of stones, some cushions, a different pile of stones, some with a pine cone and a fern. Here we have a lovely, very fresh looking pool. Not quite sure how much I'll enjoy that one. Basket of goodies, some potions, another really lovely log. And then we have shelf with different pots, potions and plants. Another pile of cushions, some more ferns, oops. A couple of mountains. This is a stacked shelf system. What looks like a little bit more of a hot tub than the one that was outside. Beautiful stag. Some stones and ferns, another basket, some candles, different candles, and then another cabin and pond. And lastly, in the bag, we've got a silver pen. So one of the things that I really enjoy doing when you have these tiny little stars or circles, give that a stamp and then just dot in some metallic gel pen in between. That really helps lift and tie everything in. So that's everything that's in the A4 bag. And now we're going to go onto the embellishment bag. So in here, we have a length of burlap ribbon, and it is edged, so it's not going to fray. This end will fray if you want it to. Of course, you can cut the stitching off if you want to make sort of a rustic mat. Also in the back here, you have a small bag of small wooden slices, which I thought was really cute. They're all different. They are natural. It's willow wood. So they may be slightly different in size and shape. And then you have another little bag. These are more regular, these pieces. We have 2 tags here, and they're in 2 different shapes. So you've got one with a scallop on the top and the other with a angled corner. And then we have 4 wooden buttons, 2 different kinds of hearts, and then we have 3 of these leaves or ferns. So we have those. There are also some tiny little craft labels, which I thought were really very sweet. Really pretty for the small little stamp sets, or just something to peek out from behind one of the ephemera pieces, just to be able to add some layers and perhaps some texture into your card. Just to keep in line with that slight silver touch that we've been adding, I've popped in 2 Polaroid frames that are mirrored. I'm going to pop those back here so that they're not glaring at the camera the whole time. But they're really nice to be able to frame ephemera pieces or to have something popping out from. We have 2 tags. Now, they are more than likely going to be craft, but they possibly may be vanilla. So there are 2 large tags for you to be able to die cut from or attach your ephemera or your wooden pieces. So many different options when you've got a nice big tag to work with. We've also got 4 different lengths of string and twine. Now this is a green glittery, it's like a metallic, and it's one that you can really easily fray apart to be able to bundle up and create a mess, or leave it as is and create a bow from. Then you've also got just a regular twine. There's a white and silver baker's twine, and then a white and brown baker's twine. So they are the 4 different threads or twines that you're going to get in this kit. We are also including, because we love a little bit of bling, 2 different sized strips of gems, just to add some sparkle in there. And whilst you're sparkling, let's add in some little stars. So there's 2 different style stars here. You have got sort of the outer one, and then there is also, let me see if I can find, here we go, an inner one. So there's the outie and the innie, and they're both in silver and in gold. And again, you're getting a sample size bag, so there will be a mixture of the 2 in there. Because of the time of year, there may be some thank you cards to be making to send out. So there's 2 of the silver, and they have got a foam adhesive on the back, so they're ready to just be popped onto your card. We have some 3D foam squares. These are the 1 mil depth, so they're not going to make your cards too bulky if you do pop them in the post, but they do just give you that small bit of dimension, which is really pleasing to the eye. And last but by no means least, we have the die this month. And this die is so pretty. Like a little fern or eucalyptus. Depends how you want to dress it, but I thought it would look so pretty from that white glitter over the top of craft. There's so many different options. But that, my lovelies, all of this is the Winter Retreat Love from Lizi December card kit. Thank you very much for sticking with me until this point. I will show you some still shots so that you can have a real good close-up without the glare and me chattering all over it. We will be shipping these as soon as we possibly can, because we want to make sure they get to you nice and quickly, because I love seeing all the cards that you make on Instagram and in our Facebook group and everywhere else, of course, but particularly on Instagram and Facebook, because you can tag me and then I get to see them, which is really lovely. So I am going to be straight back in here with a product release video for the coordinating items. I don't know, I might be able to sneak another card or 2 from the Wicked Witches Retreat as well, just in case you are excited. I'll definitely give warning in case you don't want to watch. But yes, we will be back with some nice live card making with this kit. I'm really excited to get amongst and show you the ideas that I have for it all. And until next time, make something beautiful. Bye.